Hey guys, welcome. Should I say welcome back? I feel like I haven't posted in so long that I can't even say welcome back. So welcome to my channel. This is like a series. Let's call it series that I want to do. Basically, sharing light on all things motherhood, all things trying to conceive. So if anyone else is here's a story and it seems similar to themselves, then, I want to give some hope, because when you're in the middle of it and when you're dealing with it, sometimes hope just seems so far away. So welcome back. This is Journey to Motherhood. My name is Destiny. I am 28 years old, and I started fertility treatment when I was about 26. Okay, and I'll just go through briefly like everything I did, and and in later videos we'll like really get into detail, but I just want to show like what I did and how Trey came to be. So down the line, I meet my husband, or I don't know, he's my boyfriend at the time. Anyway, I meet him, and this is in the back of my mind, and I knew that I would have to start early if I wanted to have children later. So I started with the little things, and this was mutual, like we spoke about it, so I don't think I was just trying to trap him or anything like that, but I started tracking my ovulation. I would take those little tests. So I get a new doctor, and one of the things that we discuss is, the fact that I'm basically trying. And she's like, you know what, let's grab an ultrasound. So anyway, the nurse calls me back with the results, and she's like, your ovaries look a little polycystic. I know you're trying to start a family, but honestly, I would just focus on losing weight. So I'm like, all right, I understand that, because I did, gain a lot of weight, especially right around the time where I met my husband, because we were eating out, we were, it was just a bunch of dating, happy, joy, let's go outside every second we get a chance. So I'm like, but I don't know. I just feel like I don't really have time to wait to lose weight. I don't know. I just was like, all right, let's try to lose weight and, try to get my baby at the same time. So nonetheless, with that appointment, with the results from the ultrasound, they referred me to a fertility doctor. Fast forward, we do blood work. He looks at my ultrasound. He's like, we looked at your ultrasound from like 2018, and you had PCOS then. So I don't know why no one ever told you. Basically, the next thing we did was IUI. IUI stands for intrauterine insemination. And basically, it's designed to cut down the long journey that the swimmers have to do to get to where it needs to go. The male provides a sample, they wash it, and they take only the swimmers out, because there's a lot of other junk that's in that. I don't know if you guys know that, but they wash it, and they basically have a long catheter, and they insert it through the uterus, and it cuts down a lot of the travel time for the swimmer, so that they can just go straight to the egg, fertilize, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I did 5 of those, or we did 5 of those. We did 5. They usually say like after the 3rd one you should probably give up on it, because it's like the chances of it actually working are just slowly reducing. So I did that, no luck, and you know, my doctor basically said, you know, it's time to move on to IVF. And that was like the worst day of my life, I'm telling you. That was like terrible. It was a very hard pill to swallow, just because I knew that you know, that really wasn't in the cards for me. So after that, I really did a lot of research on ways that I could potentially afford IVF. I would do like those giveaways, but you almost like bought your like it was like a raffle. You bought your ticket and they put your name in a hat, and they, you know, take it out, and whoever wins like a $15,000 grant or whatever. I was in a lot of little Facebook groups, and a lot of people would talk about like, guys, how are you affording this? And every time someone asked that question, I would be under the comments, you know, searching. I even went on a popular YouTuber, and I was like, girl, can you share like my giveaway sweepstakes thing so that I can get more names in a hat? Like, when I tell you desperation, I was desperate. I was very, 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 I wanted my baby, and it was by any means necessary. So, long story short, and this will be like a whole nother video in of itself, but long story short, I ended up getting some insurance, some secondary insurance, to basically cover the entire cost of IVF, cover medications, everything. I mean, I just had to pay deductibles, you know, little things here and there. All my meds shipped, everything shipped. I still get like little bills here and there, but they'll be like $30, you know, here and there. But I am beyond grateful for being able to, you know, find that little way to get my son here. It's like, this is a very, very, very long story, and this is why I'm kind of doing this in separate videos. This is literally just a synopsis. So if you have any questions or anything like that, leave them down in the comments, and I'll be sure to include it in future videos. But there will be more to come on my journey. End up getting insurance that would cover the full cost of IVF and medications. So we were ecstatic, okay, when we got the news for that. So I go to the doctor, and he's like, oh yeah, your BMI, by the way, it has to come down to do IVF, because IVF, we could think about it in two big parts. So we have your egg retrieval, and we have transfer. Okay, so the egg retrieval process is the most expensive part of IVF. The medications, all those things, that is the most expensive part. So with your egg retrieval, it is a surgery. It requires you to be put under. So I had to get under a certain BMI. So for me, that looked like losing about 25-30 pounds. Yeah, about 25 pounds I had to lose to even start the process. So I did that. And we were able to start. I, you know, had the medications shipped right to the door. I was so happy when it first came. Oh my gosh, I was so happy to get her started. And, you know, we did the injections. My husband would give me some of the injections sometimes. And eventually it was time for egg retrieval. One of the things they have you do while you're taking the medications, because they're called stents, and they're designed to stimulate your ovaries to produce a lot of eggs around there. But with someone with PCOS, those little cysts that are all over the ovaries, those are follicles, and inside those follicles are eggs. And when you have PCOS, these eggs sometimes don't become mature, so they don't grow and they don't rupture, you know, and come down the fallopian tube. That's another video. But when you have PCOS, these eggs they don't grow mature, but they are there. So when you stimulate them, I had a lot, basically. My ultrasounds were like 3 pages long. Like, I think they counted 42 eggs. Okay, and that's all they can see on ultrasound. There are some in the back, some that they couldn't even see. So I had 42 eggs, and morning of my egg retrieval, I went in, I was put under, and then they were able to get 15 eggs from me. So they got 15 eggs, and I'll tell you another story about the day of my egg retrieval, but that again is another video. But they were able to get 15 eggs. Out of the 15 eggs, I believe 14 were mature. Out of the 14 that were mature, 12 fertilized. Out of the 12 that were fertilized, 6 became blastocysts. When it came time for transfer, we didn't really do like a gender preference. I told them they do grade the quality of the embryos, so I just told them to pick the best quality embryo. And on September 22nd, I still remember, insert some pictures here, but on September 22nd, 2023, that sounds about right. Yes, December 2nd, 22nd, 2023. Mind you, my egg retrieval was October 22nd, 2023. No, what? My egg retrieval was August 22nd, 2023. My transfer was September 2nd, 2023. I watched the whole thing live. Like, you can see them putting the catheter in. You can actually see the embryo, like, as they put it in. I was trying to find a picture because I think they like gave me a picture to take home. But yeah, this is Trey as a little embryo. They give you a picture like the day of, so that's Trey. He was just a little cluster of cells. My husband came that day, and yeah, transferred him in. And then on October 1st, before we headed out to Vermont, October 1st, we got the call, and I'll let you guys listen.
Hi, Destiny. This is Rachel, one of the nurses calling from Dr. Benediva's office, and I am calling to congratulate you because it came back positive. Yay! Numbers look fantastic. HCG is 296. Your progesterone is 45, and your estrogen is 190.
It's the same day. So it was just all beautiful, and you know, I'll talk about my labor and delivery story, and you know, dealing with preeclampsia and things like that in a different video. But my son, he was born at 34 weeks. I went into the hospital at 32 weeks, and I basically was stuck there for 2 weeks, just waiting for him to grow a little bit. But he came out. I started pushing at 5:24 a.m. on April 29th, 2024, and by 5:27 on April 29th, 2024, my son was born. I pushed for 3 minutes, guys. It was beautiful. And now my baby is turning 1. Oh my gosh, my baby is turning 1. But you know, if my Think About Ever watches this, just know, mommy and daddy, we love you very much. And yeah, we can't wait to see what's in store, you know, what you grow up to be. And just know that we you know, we took a lot of time and love and, you know, everything to get you here. And we're so glad that you're here, and we love you very much. And happy birthday. Yeah, I love you. Mwah. So thank you everyone for getting to the end of this video, because I know I was doing a lot of rambling. A lot more to come. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This is my Journey to Motherhood series, and I hope that someone took a sentence, took a word, took anything from this video, was inspired by it, and was you know, uplifted by it. And just know that it's not the end, okay? It's not the end. So yeah, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.